So Elon Musk is absolutely crashing out today, and he's got one chance left is to beg Donald Trump to come save him and beg the taxpayers to come bail him out. That's where we're at. Let me show you guys what's going on. It's all connected. Check this out. California DMV threatens to shut down Tesla sales over autopilot false advertising. Basically, Tesla and Elon have been lying for years. And California is like, yo, clean up your act or you're done in California. And this would absolutely destroy Tesla because remember, Elon's facing major challenges in China, which is a big market for them because essentially the Chinese automakers are coming in cheaper and better. Then you're looking at Europe, right, where people just frankly don't like Elon after the salute thing and no one's buying his crap. And then you look at USA, which is basically the same thing where you pissed off your major market of California. People don't want to buy your crap. Plus, California may actually ban you from selling. He's in real trouble. And then it turns out his last product, which was the Cybertruck, which is a massive failure and also really unsafe. Washington Post just put this out today. They survived a Cybertruck crash. An inferno led to a race against time. And I'll just be frank with you guys, these things are death traps. I would not buy one. I would not recommend anyone buy these things. They're unsafe. And if you get trapped in one and they catch on fire, you can't get out. And the way they designed it is not for safety. They bragged when they introduced these things, oh, look at how awesome the windshields are. They're impossible to break, that kind of stuff. But think about this. What if you're trapped inside and someone needs to like literally get you out of the car, like a firefighter, and what if they can't break the windshields? You're in trouble. And people actually gotten really hurt on these things. They've died. And I don't want to make any jokes about this stuff. It's really serious. And what's going on right now then is Tesla then and Elon, they're going to try to run an even bigger grift, begging Donald Trump for help. Let me show you what's going on. It's absolutely nuts. Listen to this.
We've got some emergency news to discuss. There is a new announcement from the U.S. government about building a base on the moon. And Elon Musk has chimed in with the new SpaceX bull thesis. That's right. If we weren't getting way too excited about SpaceX's IPO already and Tesla becoming the world's most valuable company and going to 10 trillion, well, now Elon Musk is confirming that SpaceX has got $100 trillion vision on the table. That's right. Literally, this would make SpaceX as big as the entire economy of the globe today, which is
Okay, so now Elon's promised you, I guess the company's 100 trillion, bigger than the economy of the globe, is that what we're saying? And you know, when you talk to Tesla people, you got to wave your arms around. Wow, it's going to be 100 trillion. Hey. Isn't it obviously a scam? It's so stupid. And now we're talking about moon bases and Mars bases and all this kind of stuff. But like, dude, the 100 trillion is absolutely nuts. I mean, any reasonable, intelligent person, which I'll show you guys in a moment here, we'll be able to call this BS right away. That's how obvious their lies are. They're not even really trying to make the lies realistic anymore. Look at some more.
$100 trillion. And we're going to get so sci-fi here. This is even mind-boggling. It's all about SpaceX becoming the AI company operating these data centers in space. You might be scheming on what I'm scheming on. How many of these can they launch if it's in a rocket? Well, the answer is they can launch a lot of data centers in space on Starship, SpaceX's biggest rocket. But what happens after that? Today, we got a little sneak peek. So we get this official announcement from the U.S.
Okay, so when in doubt, talk as fast as you possibly can. You're going to be worth, 100 million, a trillion. Sorry, trillion is what they say. Now we're putting data centers in space. I guess we can load up a whole bunch of data centers on a Starship is what they claim. And I guess now we're making tons and tons of money. And again, I guess we're going to get all this money from the US government because they want to build moon bases and Mars bases or whatever. Yes, it's as stupid as it sounds. Look at this more.
Government, where they're talking about establishing the initial elements of a permanent lunar outpost by 2030 to ensure a sustained American presence in space and enable the next steps in Mars exploration. So we're not just going back to the moon, but we're building a permanent base on the moon. And then this Eric Berger analyst or a journalist, who's, shout out to him, he's been crushing it talking about SpaceX and being one of the, he's worth a follow. So he goes, what do we think permanent lunar outpost means here? Surface base, lunar gateway, deliberate obfuscation. What? And then Elon Musk chimes in, not tagged or anything, and goes, giant lunar base with AI satellite factories and a mass driver to shoot them into deep space, of course.
Oh, of course, right? Okay, now we're talking AI satellite factories, mass driver, shoot deep space, giant lunar base. And here, here's the tweet again. Insane amount of work between here and there, but it's possible. Elon Musk confirms SpaceX has 100 trillion potential. It's literally just like the Donald Trump stuff that we're getting trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And let me just put this in context for people who don't know math. This is the market cap of 10,639 companies together. So basically all the companies in the world, all the big ones, that's worth about 135 trillion. So you're going to tell me that Tesla's going to be worth 100 trillion. Like, was it going to be worth about what, 10,000 companies put together? And also for a frame of reference, Nvidia and Apple, they're worth what, around 4 trillion, something like that. So you're going to tell me SpaceX is going to be worth 25 times the size of Apple. Like, that's how stupid their lies are. It's so effing obvious. And then you got this. This is from the New York Times today. And they basically go over all these people who are giving Donald Trump a bunch of money, so then they get whatever contracts, whatever deregulation, call off the regulators on our companies so we can go ahead with our scams. And it's like keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the interesting thing about this stuff, they were saying this, and I'll just read a bit. It says, since President Trump was elected a second time, he and his allies have raised nearly $2 billion for his favorite political causes and passion projects. And it goes on to say that we don't even know who all these people are. It says, the identities of the donors behind much of the cash are not legally required to be and have not been publicly disclosed. Oh, great. In some cases, Mr. Trump's team has offered donors anonymity. So you can give Trump money, you're going to get whatever benefits, and we were not going to reveal said name. It's all a grift. And there's no way this stuff is sustainable. And you can tell how the lies keep getting bigger and bigger and more obvious. And as it turns out, this is why your life doesn't get better if you let Elon Musk run the show and blow up his rockets, wasting your tax dollars. That's basically what it boils down to. And so then our policy then is driven by Elon Musk and all his tech bros. And I guess now Trump is saying we want to go get Greenland. That's what we're talking about today. I am pleased to announce that I am appointing the great governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry. Okay, great. As the United States Special Envoy to Greenland, Jeff understands how essential Greenland is to our national security and will strongly advance our country's interests for the safety, security, and survival of our allies and indeed the world. Congratulations, Jeff. I mean, isn't this whole thing ridiculous? And then you got a response. Denmark to summon U.S. ambassador as Trump's Greenland special envoy appointment stirs tensions. Plus, Trump appointment of Greenland envoy draws angry response from Denmark, which of course it will because Trump's a moron. This is what the quote says. We have said it before. Now we say it again. National borders and sovereignty of states are rooted in international law. That's coming from the Danish Prime Minister and the Greenlandic Prime Minister. They also say Greenland belongs to the Greenlanders and the U.S. shall not take over Greenland. We expect respect for our joint territorial integrity. They don't trust Trump. I don't trust Trump. The UK doesn't trust Trump. A lot of people don't. And this is actually a real problem. We're like, okay, what's our plan? We're going to go conquer Greenland and then in efforts to get all the minerals that Elon Musk needs for his space station. Is that how we're running things? Like if you understand that Elon is an addict, like basically, and there's been all these, you'll see it from time to time, reports of all the various substances he's on. He's got a ton of baby mamas everywhere. Like the guy's a total nutcase, loose cannon. And this is how we're running the show. I mean, there's no way this is sustainable. That's why I showed you guys these lies are completely bonkers. And then now we're doing this. This is also in the news today. I'm just showing you guys that everything's crashing out. U.S. Coast Guard chasing? What? Another tanker involved in the shipping Venezuela oil. So now we're out chasing tankers. U.S. pursues third oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. I know it's not that funny, but it's just like, this is so ridiculous. This is how we're spending our taxpayer dollars. I guess we're taking the oil. And this is even more crazy, right? International news are talking about international piracy. Basically, are we a bunch of pirates now? I mean, should we all wear eye patches and have parrots on our shoulders and say, "Arr"? Is that what we're doing? Is that our plan? I guess one of these things now is heading to Texas, and it may already arrive by the time this video gets uploaded. Because it was funny. It was just last week when I heard about this thing, and I was making a joke when Donald Trump says, "Oh, we're going to take the oil," because I was like, okay, fine. Are we going to take it to Texas? Like I was making a joke, but it ends up actually that's what we're doing. Oil tanker seized by U.S. near Venezuela, reportedly en route to the Houston region. Okay, that was on December 12th, and that was like 10 days ago. And then we have this. Someone's writing, first tanker seized off the coast of Venezuela has arrived off the coast of Texas to transfer its cargo for refinement. So we really are stealing the oil. Isn't this absolutely nuts? There's no way this is sustainable. And let me show you what's going on right now. CBS News polls 60 Minutes segment, correspondent calls decision political. And basically 60 Minutes had this whole thing. They had a preview of it even. It says, this is 60 Minutes preview for its episode canceled tonight without explanation, but undoubtedly because the government censors don't want you to hear about it. Basically, people ask questions like, if we're spending, taxpayer dollars and we're shipping all these people off to El Salvador, like tell me the truth. What are you doing? Or what are you doing with the dang tankers? Like, what is going on? Or, what about these like exploding cars and burning stuff that we see with the Teslas? Like, what the heck's up with that? Like, people are going to ask questions. The bigger the lie, the bigger the questions. And you can't cover this stuff up forever. Or if you want to talk about Epstein stuff, we can talk about that. Like, people are going to keep asking questions on this stuff. And essentially for the Trump and the Musk, because they're, liars all the time, they try to keep this stuff under wraps. But you can't do it forever. Ultimately, the truth's going to come out. And that's why I'm showing you guys this stuff, because they're trying to hide everything. And unfortunately, this is sort of where we're at. And the main thing I want you to take away from this video today is just to understand that the Trumps and the Musk lies are now so obvious and their lies are so big. I don't even think their cult followers are going to go along with it, because it's just absolutely ridiculous, bonkers, and insane. So that's my thoughts on this. I'd like to hear yours, and I'll catch you all in the next video.